dinosaur. The return of the wizard is coming back for more. The return of the wizard, the face behind that door. And he'll walk on the land with wisdom in his hand. And you'll find your heart in league with the wizard.
Welcome to Bond on a Quip, episode 321, temp editing on the fly. For the 18th of May 2024, I'm Wemb, and with me as always is Tempest. Hello.
Hello.
How you going?
I'm alright.
Guess what?
What?
We've got guests in the house.
What?
Bang! We've got Kaiy and Berat with us. Berat, no camera. Welcome. Hello.
I'm back, baby.
That's it. Long-awaited return. So, how you doing?
I'm good.
Ah!
Every time.
Let's hear about it in real life, please.
Did you answer the question of life? What are we doing here?
So, how are you?
Well, I'm better today.
Let's talk about that in a sec.
Alright.
I'll do me first because it's on the show notes.
Sure.
So, it's been a rough week for one reason or another.
Lots of reasons.
Thursday to Saturday, our beautiful grandson Theo. Hi, Theo.
Hello, Baba. Hello, Baba.
He's going, who's that other man there?
He's like, oh, wait. Who's he?
He was in the children's hospital with bad bronchiolitis. It was very scary.
It was very scary.
It's always scary. Like on a macro level, it's not that bad. And he's got good people looking after him.
Yes.
But when you see the little fella, struggling.
Yeah, and he had to have a nasal gastric tube, which was pretty yuck.
So that took up most of our time.
It did indeed.
And Sunday was Mother's Day.
Yes.
As well as Temp's stepdad's birthday.
Otherwise known as Poppy.
Yep. So we had a nice family get together for those events. Obviously, it was Princess's first Mother's Day.
Sure was.
We had an at-home high tea, which involved us going to 3 different places, not on the day, to source delightful gluten-free muffins, scones, slices, tarts and cannolis. And I know, Kaiy, you're about to say that delightful and gluten-free should never be used in the same sentence.
But cannolis.
Cannoli's great.
Oh.
Is it Mr. Cannoli, is it?
I don't know, but the gluten-free
Something
cannolis
cannoli.
are so good.
And then we cut them all up into bite-sized pieces, high tea style, to have with coffee or hot chocolates.
We made them into petit fours.
I would have said small pieces.
Petit fours are
Cut them into little bits.
cakes.
Isn't that what petit fours means?
Petit fours, it means little cakes. So
Oh,
they
little
weren't
cakes.
technically little cakes, but
No.
we made them into little cakes.
Were they glacé or sec?
I'm looking for that.
No, I don't know.
That's the chef in me.
Never talk shit to a chef.
You've gone beyond my knowledge.
Never pretend you know
Now,
stuff to a chef.
if my friend Gail was here, she'd be able to answer you. She's a legend, but I'm just going to leave that one.
Sure.
Keeper. All right. As well as Thursday to Saturday, we also spent from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Well, I spent with Princess and Plaguebringer and beautiful baby Thea. Hello, Bubba. On Wednesday night at the children's, and for all intents and purposes, we shouldn't have left. But the best thing is, we're super lucky that he needed very little intervention, just the nasal gastric tube. 3/4 of the short stay ward that he was on was full of children with the same illness, which is a pretty bad state of affairs because bronchiolitis starts with the RSV virus, so quite serious in children. And we were one of the lucky ones, so that was pretty good. We can say that at this point in time, he's much better and doing really well. And I've posted a picture on our Discord channel of him having his very first solids this week, and he's loving it. So
It's hilarious.
He's having a very nice time.
Watching him go, this booby milk is very thick.
And as some of you might be able to hear, I'm unwell and have been in bed since Tuesday. I was literally telling everyone earlier that this morning I've been up for hours, which is the first time that I've been upright for this long since Monday. And it's the first day I managed to have a shower. So
Ew.
So now I smell beautiful, but I did not.
Really glad I've been back now.
Now you know what that was, the worm.
Yeah. I thought there was something the cat had done that I couldn't find.
And so that was part of the reason for the delay in recording, because I have been really unwell. But I am feeling so much better, even though I don't sound 100%.
Indeed. What about your guys' weeks? Anything outstanding happened?
So I had an excellent week. I'm driving out for work now, so 300 and something kilometre trip each week.
So you're like Mad Max twice a
And-
week.
Yeah, and it feels like it. It feels like Fury Road. If anyone's ever been to the Northern Territory, it's close. Mad Max is definitely a documentary. And I got stung by a bee.
On your bike.
And while I was riding my bike.
Ooh.
I'm not normally allergic. Well, I didn't think I was allergic until this week. And then by Tuesday, my hand was looking like an extra from the Elephant Man.
Ooh.
My wife was teasing me about, can you hear the bells? Quasimodo. Went to the doctor, had to get medication to make my arm go down. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So
the thing about bee and wasp poison, Kaiy, is that it's cumulative. So you can be not allergic, not allergic, not allergic, not allergic, not allergic, sting allergic, which is why beekeepers often die from anaphylactic shock, because they're not allergic, not allergic, not allergic, dead.
And this time, there's a gap between my gloves, because I ride a motorbike. There's a gap between my gloves and my jacket, and this bee got stuck in like a 10 millimetre gap.
And he was not happy.
And stung me.
Oh. Yeah.
And then when I shook him off, he left his sting in there. And by the time I pulled over and took my gloves off and
You got
got
a
into
dose.
Yeah.
the whole sting was
already
just sitting there and pulsating and just pumping more in.
Yeah.
It's like, you little bastard, you got me from the grave.
Poor bee.
Yeah, that's why you got to respect a bee, because he's really digging deep to sting you. It's not like a wasp.
No. What about you, PD?
Basically, I've lost the two senior members of my work team, so I've got two more junior guys, and they were off on a course. So, very lonely this week at work.
All the work on you. No pressure.
So got things done. So it wasn't that bad. But geez, a little bit of pressure.
Shall we move it into discussion?
We should.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, it is.
may I have your attention, please?
Okay, so this one's hard. We found out last week that our very good friend and Bind Unequipped Pants on Head Foundation member, Zoo Exhibit, aka John, passed away last year, which was a really sad thing to just suddenly find out. The only reason we realised was that when Tempe went to post birthday wishes on his Facebook page, she saw messages of condolence from his family. And Zooey had fallen out of love with WoW, and we'd lost touch with him, being in crazy different time zones and countries and what have you. And actually only very recently, Kaiy and I have been talking about reconnecting with him and trying to get him back to try the game again. When we started to podcast in Lich King, he was a very active member. He was between jobs at the time and was living vampire hours so he could play with us all the time. He was an incredibly funny and generous with his time guy. He would help anyone, fill any role to make a group work. In the lean content years through Warlords of Draenor expansion, he would guest on the pod and was very entertaining, often with a quirky tale on whatever the topic was. It's fantastic to talk to and hang out with in and out of game. Even though he hasn't been in the game for a couple of years and we haven't been speaking with him, knowing he won't be back makes me really sad. And I'll cherish all the memories I have of him. So rest in peace, John.
Indeed.
Did you want to say, or do you want to read some of the stuff? We've had people like responding all over the joint. Or Kaiy, did you want to say anything first before we read other people's stuff?
Yeah, so you guys are really the catalyst around Pants on Head and Bind on Equip. And often you guys won't be here for, off doing stuff with family and having real life commitments. Quite often leaves myself, Berat, and some of the others alone to play by ourselves.
How do you do it?
In some of those times, myself and Zoe actually used to go do battlegrounds and arenas. And he is just such a big heart. It is. I always used to pop him like a decoy and watch him get killed while I'm killing other people.
Well, you're finishing the others off.
And your average person would get upset with that, but not Zoe. We just go, come on, hurry up and kill them. They're killing me, Kai. Come on. But then we also used to do silly things like we were doing Temple of Kodamungo, and we'd just both roll healers and then stand in the middle and cross heal each other, and then just get, the characters get bigger and bigger the longer they've been in there until we're like 3 times the size of all the other players and just standing in the middle and just taunting people because we had raid geared healers that were sort of doing well with the healing, and just people couldn't kill us. So, but yeah, definitely fun to play with, and I just love he used to all spam into chat all the time with references from The Princess Bride and
Yes.
I'm Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And all that sort of stuff.
He spent the majority of his time trying to make sure other people were having fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Brett, did you want to say anything before I read some stuff out?
Like Wing and I used to play World of Tanks there for a while, and we actually managed to con him into coming and playing with us. Because, he always wanted to be part of the group, and he was, as Kai said, he was very generous. He was always trying to crack jokes. And I just remember him being a little bit sad because when the Southeast Asian servers opened up, Wing and I sort of ran away and decided that we'd play at less than 200 milliseconds. So, and he didn't want to follow us.
and play with massive lag. Funny that.
Yeah. But, I mean, he spent a lot of time in WoW and with a lot of us, and I just remember when he was doing the Insane title.
Oh my God, I was thinking about that the other day.
No, it took quite a lot. Not very many people would do it, and I just,
Yes.
watching him go backwards and forwards, grinding the reps, it took a lot of effort.
Yeah, I think Deddy did some of that with him.
No, Deddy
He did the same
too.
title, and I think they might have started together or done stuff together. It's our son. And, he was very sad to hear about his passing and had a lot of good memories too. All right, I'll read a few out. Conti in our guild said one of his favourite memories of Zooey is cursing about the rogue legendary quest in Cataclysm. I'm pretty sure he made up some new curse words for the part where you have to go into Gilneas. He also made me laugh every time I filled in for a Paranoid raid. That was their raid team. His wicked sense of humour always had me rolling. So sad to hear. He was such a funny, honest person, which is hard to find in this world. Rest in peace, John. Sace said he was thinking about him the other day and wondering how he was doing. I'll say that I have lots of memories of Zooey, but I mostly remember that he was always friendly, happy to help anyone in game, and funny as hell. He'll be missed. Cypher said, I'm sorry to hear about that. He's a great guy. I remember his quick dry wit that was always on tap and ready to fire. Kath said, RIP, great guy and a repository of the Ripper one-liners, which is true. Hip was very sorry to hear as well. Raj said his memories of how unbelievably selfless Zooey was. He would help anyone at the drop of a hat. I always loved it. He always referred to me by a Christian name, Smelly Pirate Hooker. The world is a bit less good without him in it. Oh, and Princess, our daughter, said Zooey was such a kind and funny person. He's always so welcoming and inclusive to me, and always up for a chat. If anyone was ever giving me a hard time, usually in Stranglethorn Vale, he would come and harass them till they logged off. He will be missed. And Alicia said, I'm off social media, but I stealth check him once in a while. I'm so sad to hear this. I loved hearing him and playing with him. We played here and there, and he was always so lovely and never cared that I wasn't a very good gamer. He was so cool, and I cannot comprehend that he's gone. Sending you guys in Pants on Head so much love and vibes. I'm in shock. So there you go. So we didn't want to go on and on about it, but we did want to honour his memory.
Uh,
And
I just wanted to say
And
when
we
first.
weren't.
Sorry, God.
We weren't the only community that he was involved with as well, because he was hanging around with Terwinkle as well and doing
Yeah.
some
Yes.
stuff with him. So
Yes. Was it Lotro that they were playing?
No, they were playing. Oh, they played all sorts of stuff, mainly WoW.
Oh,
A
was
lot of
it?
WoW sort of noob stuff
Oh, right.
that Terwinkle likes to do.
Yeah.
More social sort of gaming.
I didn't think it was WoW. I thought it was something else. But anyway,
Yep.
yes.
And I think he did play.
He was a huge member of any community joined because he was just so generous with his time.
He played Star Wars with the guys for a fair bit too.
Yes, he did. He went off with
Teo
Teo and Hip
Hip.
to go and play Star Wars. Traitor. But he was always made time for us. And,
Yeah.
you know, he was one of our best friends for 12 years. And when we very first started our Pants on Head Death Knight Army, Zooey was one of the first ones to join. And he literally would come from across the world when it was hard to do to help someone out or to get rid of someone who was grieving. So he would drop what he was doing, swap turns to a high level turn and just take care of the rest of his guild. And he was really fun to be with. And the amount of times that we raided and someone would leave or someone would say, I don't want to play a healer anymore, and Zoo would just swap at the drop of a hat over and over to just fill the gap. Was incredibly generous, and he would never come in undergeared despite having to change, 5 times during expansion. So he'll certainly be missed. And I know yesterday when we logged into Pandemonium, it made me realise how much I miss him, because he would always either be there to do it together
To start stuff.
or he would do it on one turn and then join us on the next turn and help us through everything and teach us where everything was.
Yep.
And I will miss that forever.
Absolutely. So I'll say one last quick story before we move on and get on to the news. We used to do on Sundays a thing called Lazy Raids, which was a much more laid-back raid. And in one raid, we always used to stop at the same point to have a break and get a drink or use the restroom or whatever you wanted to do. And every single time, Kaiy and I would come back, and he had dragged us into the fire, so we'd come back to our corpses.
Dragged him into the furnace.
Every single time. You'd come back and your dead body would be there in the fire, and you'd just know that John was there just giggling away.
Just waiting for your reaction. Like,
Yeah.
you're just sitting there.
Yes. I wonder if he'd ever play a monk tank.
Or a paladin. He needs a paladin.
A monk tank.
All right. Rest in peace, mate. We'll always remember you. So let's move it on to the news. I did these show notes the other day, so I need to update on the fly here. WoW Remix Pandemonium Time Running, too many words, has now started. It's super exciting. I don't see a lot of retail getting done for the next 91 days. I don't know if Temp's aware, but... What's that?
Retail.
Retail ended
That's
2
right.
days ago.
Is there a retail?
I'm in Pandemonium, have been since
WoW started.
hooked my computer up yesterday.
That's
Yesterday morning.
Yes, I knew PD wasn't at work because his Wordle came in late. I was like, oh, that's late for PD. And then, sure enough,
After
there you
this
were.
very recording, we're going to start some tunes with Princess. We're dragging her in to play with us.
Exciting to do that with her.
And we've started Alliance tunes for when we play by ourselves.
Yes, we're level 14, and it's so fun, and there's so
What
many
zone are they in?
people.
What zone are they in?
Not
They're in the
Not saying-
PvE
no, no.
zone, mate.
the PvE
Yeah.
zone. We should have war mode on because you
I've
get
put-
5% more XP.
I'll put duct tape over the war mode button so I can't accidentally bump it. I'm not sure what the schedule's going to be with Princess, but I'm excited to run around with her.
Yeah.
And Princess, if you're making dinner watching this, you are playing with us. In fact, you already have.
No, she watches this on Tuesday mornings while she's getting ready so that Theo can watch us because he loves to watch his nanny and pa. So she watches it Tuesday mornings. She was very sad that we hadn't recorded yet. She was worried there wouldn't be another one on Tuesday.
So last minute quick facts for people that aren't fully up to bottle on it.
Yeah.
You create a character from the normal place, but you choose Time Runner instead of Standard. And actually, when you log in, it offers you, says, hey, there's Time Runner. Do you want to create one?
Yes. And it's a huge pop-up. You can't miss it.
And important to know, this is also the realm that your character will stay on when the event is done. So make sure you do that from the realm you want it to be on at the end.
Oh, no. What have you
So
done, PD?
just
no one wants to
something
wake up
I
on
noticed
Vanguard.
this morning
Yep.
was that it said that your character will transfer over to the War Within at the
Yes.
launch of the War Within.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you notice that the event is got 93 days left.
Yes. Interesting.
So I'm just
Well,
wondering
so
whether it's going to
what's-
tee up with
But I think
expansion
they'll
comes out.
probably, on the heels of this, they'll do the pre-event.
Yeah. I reckon it's 93 days or
And
whatever
so-
it is plus a month.
Yeah. It probably will go to 12.0 or whatever
Kind
it's
of.
going to be.
Yeah.
And so they'll say that it has kicked off, but it'll be before the expansion launches.
Yeah.
It'll be that month.
Aren't we getting early access?
3 days.
3 whole days.
I'm hoping for school holidays, please.
3 days of farming, and then up on the auction.
Yeah, that's right. No quests, no leveling.
Yeah.
Just run around getting stuff.
That's right.
Sell it and make all your money.
So there's a short quest line to kick off where you get your cloak that will keep improving throughout the event. Really cool way to do it.
Yeah, it's fun.
And all the threads you find that drop off everything will improve it.
Yeah.
And some of this,
automatically.
yes, and some
Yes,
of the progress from
automatically.
your
You don't
cloak
even notice that you've
transfers
picked them
over
up.
to the alts you might then play in the same event. Gears, just about, I think all the gear. I don't think I've seen gear that hasn't got a socket yet in the main slots.
It just depends if you like
No.
the stats or not.
And the sockets, you get more sockets the higher the gear gets.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So you,
And you can mash the gems together.
yes, and all
Yes.
the gems.
Oh, I like matching my gems.
Yeah, all the gems drop, and they've all got crazy powers and utility that you can accumulate. You can also unsocket and mix and match for what you want.
So the good thing is you can unsocket a gem once you've got 3 and then make it a better gem.
Yes.
I loved when you got to the parachuting in. That brought back so many memories of the first time that we had to do that. And we're like,
Well, you parachute
okay,
in on the Alliance side, you repel on the Horde side.
whatever, same thing. You jump off
And
the
you go to
ship.
the same spot but a slightly different side, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Wasn't-
Alliance side, you don't even, when you get into that temple where the mini boss that you're looking for is, you don't even go upstairs.
No. But anyway,
It's just there.
it's good to see it from the other side because we've never done Pandaland on the Alliance.
That's true.
No?
No.
So you've never played with the fish people?
Nope.
No. So
You're
for
in
those
territory.
people in Pants on Head, if you are rolling Alliance, Zooey set up the Pigtail Mafia for our... God, what did we do? We used to do Battlegrounds, I
No, we
think.
used to do PvP. Yeah, Battlegrounds
Yeah.
and PvP.
Our Mafia.
So Pigtail Mafia is still
All my Alliance tunes are there.
is still active. So I think Zooey still has ownership of the guild, but
No, I don't
Web
think so.
and I are
I
at
think your
least...
one is.
Yeah.
Teacup
I
Tip.
think we've got
Anyway,
we've got
so you can
admin,
join that.
So you can
Because
join
you can
that.
join guilds while you're in
You just can't do anything,
Pandemonium.
but you can chat.
So you can
And-
join Pants on Head and still talk in guild chat. You just can't leave the island or
Yeah.
play with
And
people that
also,
aren't
for
on
those
there.
of you that are Horde, you can join the Pants on Head Guild. So,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
do that. Send me a message. You know
What I
how
was
to
going
get
to
to
say
me.
about the gems is, so don't be scared to throw your gems in because, like, every time you get 3 of the same gem, you put them together and then they become a better gem. But while you're waiting, you can put one in,
Yeah.
and then you can unsocket it, join it with the other 2 you've found, and then put it back in.
Yeah,
or
there's
whatever.
no wastage. It's great.
So yeah, the gems don't go away. You just keep pulling them in
If
and
you,
out.
if you accidentally munch the gear because you get to recycle your gear into bronze, it'll
Yes.
spit the gems out.
Oh, does it?
Yes,
Oh, that's handy.
yes, I did notice that it did that.
that
How
could
good is
take
it
one.
being an enchanter without having to do the enchanting skill? Everyone's an enchanter.
So bronze is the currency that buys Currency?
The currency.
Currency.
Be
That buys
careful.
upgrades an old campaigner.
Can I have some currency, please?
Yes. That
Be careful, Kaiy.
It buys
Be nice
upgrades,
there.
gear and cosmetics, and you can
It's going to go
convert
badly.
unwanted gear to bronze, as we just said, for this purpose. So it's just, once you get going, it's the same questing and story as OG Pandaria, but you're supercharged. You can fly both kinds from the get-go, from about the 4th quest.
Yes, dragon riding.
Yeah, but I think it's so packed in.
You can actually fly.
I think
from
dragon
the very,
riding's better
It's
for
really
a bit of
cool.
a distance, and your OG flying is probably better for a short hop.
I don't know when the griffin appeared on my taskbar, but I thought it was there from the very start, but it might have been level 11. So you can fly right from then. So it's not very far in.
The dungeons of the Pandaria and updated others, like Scarlet Monastery was updated in that expansion. That's in this too, which were initially available. Scenario and dungeon queues unlock at level 10. Raids become available as you level, including LFR.
Wow.
Starting with Mogashan Vaults at 25. By 60
Oh,
they're
nearly there.
by 60 they're all unlocked, and
Don't do
heroic
it.
versions
Don't do
unlocked.
it. The dogs. Oh God, the
That's
dogs.
70.
Not the dogs again. You can do it at 25, but you won't live until you're 60.
Yeah. Pretty much. That was terrible. It was one of the worst starts to raiding we've ever had.
It was because it was
we
like
kept
well over
going.
100. It was I know we were persistent, but we did lose. We did lose tanks and healers at the start of that. That was
Yeah.
so bad that we lost tanks and healers.
If you're enjoying the fine crafted content we're rolling out
The husky
here,
tones
we
of,
invite you to like and
16.
subscribe on YouTube. And what I want to do is I want you to just give us a provisional thumbs up right down below there.
Right now?
While I'm reading this, and I'll remind you later to remove it if we haven't delivered quality. That would really help us out.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've got now there. Now, there you go.
Do it now.
Because I read
Now, right
everything
now.
that's on the show
Now.
notes. On the socials, Tim.
Oh,
We
and
haven't
also-
put any in. We'll put them in next time.
we are Bind on Equip WoW on YouTube. We're Bind on Equip WoW on Twitter. We're Bind on Equip WoW and Silent on Instagram. And we are Bind on Equip
Any day now,
on
I'm going to
Facebook.
start that channel.
Any day now.
Any day. Just going to get in there and put stuff up.
What are you working on in game?
Wait on. I've got to take it in game first.
Don't blow my nose.
Everyone can still hear that.
I asked you and you didn't answer. Sorry, everyone.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Raid progress.
Yes, so this week was... What raid did we go in? Anybody?
This
Oh,
week
Vault
is
of
the
the
first one.
Incarnates.
Yeah, middle one.
Yes.
Oh, first
No,
one, yeah.
First
First
Vault
one.
of Incarnates. And we are up to the very final boss on normal, so we will start on that boss and then go into heroic. Razageth. Which
We nearly got Razageth.
anyone who knows Razageth knows. Yeah, it was like a ridiculously low percent, so it was very annoying. But I think we'll finish that off quite easily on Monday when we're all fresh.
I
Heard it
blame
here
that
first.
stand-in tank.
We definitely needed a little bit of practice on the dance.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. The first one was terrible.
So for our mount, we need that, and then we've just got to do the whole current raid.
Yes, because we didn't do any, but we finished the
We've finished the middle one.
middle one.
So that means that Monday's still this raid. So Thursday and Monday the following week we can spend doing heroics
Yes.
on the middle
Yeah.
raid.
Yeah.
That'll
Which
be
we've
good
already
gear.
done. We've already done one boss of, so it'll be good because that'll be better gear. So that'll be fun. And then we've got the newest raid to do because Wem and I missed a whole week of raiding,
Yeah.
which meant as Wem is our fill-in tank, it meant that the whole raid missed a week of raiding.
Actually, when is Nom back?
Nom is back. He's in game
Nom is
as we
back.
speak.
We better get some gear.
He better get some gear.
It
He's
was
going to be
mentioning
very
how far behind he
undergeared.
is.
Yes, because he would have left at 470, probably 475-ish. Now we're all 500.
What a segue, Temp. Speaking of gear, I'm sitting at 500.
Are you? No, you're not.
Yep.
You're 501.
I'm 501. I'm Levi. I have to change my name to Levi. I'm a bit disappointed to see on the bullion vendors, they don't offer as many slots as I was hoping for. Seems to be a lot of rings, a lot of trinkets, quite a few weapons. I think there's a back or two, and then that's it.
No, I got a wrist.
Did you?
Or a waist, something that you were looking for.
think
I
there
got
might
one of
be-
those.
maybe
I
there's
think
one
you
or
might have
two
looked at the
other
same
slots.
vendor twice.
No, because I really wanted to buy a belt.
Yes, and I got a belt.
Didn't
That's
Wowhead
what I'm
have a level of what your best
Yeah,
purchases would
there's
be?
5
I do.
things for each spec. So I think I'll just get those and I got a belt in raid.
Oh, I got 2 bullion
Okay.
from our raid the other night. I have to go spend it.
Catch up technique.
That's what I love. Alts, you just go into a bit of LFR and away you go. You get about 8 pieces of bullion.
Yeah, and upgrades because is it 493 in
Something
normal
like that,
in
yeah.
LFR?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, so that's nice. I love
You've got to
doing
go
that.
into the awakened one, whatever that is, for the week.
Yeah, sorry, everyone. Yes. Yep. And I'm really enjoying the weekly quests. It's fun because you don't have to do the same one every week. So this week it's the soup and the thing and the blah blah blah, and I really enjoy doing that because
Yeah,
you're like
it's all
it's
right.
different
I've
every
already
week.
bitched about the things I don't like about that.
Yeah, the timers are bad.
Yeah.
Time is bad. Quests good. Idea good. Time is bad.
I don't
But
think I've finished the hunt.
You haven't
Yeah.
finished the hunt. The hunt's easy. Do you know the best thing
You're a
about the
what?
hunt?
I was trying to do it, and you invited me to a raid.
Sometimes you just fly past and you get it.
The hunt, you just have to be there when it ends.
Yeah.
Like you can
Just hang around and do a bit of farming in the area. No, don't do that.
No, don't do
That's
that.
not as intended.
But like even if it looks
works,
it's been
though.
going for a
does
while,
work.
fly in because you only have to be there when it ends to get the
Yeah,
completion.
Yeah.
but they have to be on.
And when it's the raid on that
A
on
hunt
the
is almost continuously on.
that raid on
TV.
the Black Dragon area, you sit around for 30 minutes and then it's over in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that should be on a much quicker timer. That should be on every half hour at the very
People have
minimum.
really worked it out too. They just fly to where you go into the last thing and
Yeah.
wait for other people to do the work.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
if you're
they
not
do
careful,
anyway.
you won't get the completion.
Yeah.
Like if you try to do it properly, you won't get the completion, and
No,
you'll have
you've
to
No,
got,
wait
that's
to,
right.
you've got to be in that room.
however long to get it done.
Yeah.
It's very annoying, and that one's on a 2-hour timer or something. So it's,
Yeah.
yes, it is on a 2-hour timer. It's really annoying.
This week is Time Walker's Wrath, which is a really bad timing when Pandemonium's fired up.
I know. Torn.
Who's doing 5 Time Walkers?
I would like to do some time walkers to finish leveling my hunter.
I think that's only a 493, so maybe alts. It's alt worthy.
How are you going to have time for alts when you're in Pandaland?
That's true.
Seriously.
I agree.
I'll be hard pressed to finish my main stuff this week.
Background music by my father-in-law, by the way.
You're welcome.
Still doing.
We always wanted a sound bed.
Yeah, we've now got a sound bed. We'll probably get kicked off YouTube because we breached someone's bloody music rules. Emerald Dream.
Oh, you skipped. The weekly was for Mythic.
Oh, the weekly last week was Mythics for Bullion, so
Yeah.
that was 2 birds with 1 stone.
That
Very
was
nice.
Great. Yes.
Got a piece and that. Emerald Dream. The Dreamwalk thing was still okay.
Last week was
last
the Dreamwalk
week.
thing. It was not
It's
as
still
it was-
timed, but it doesn't feel as painful as the other ones.
No. And Mythics we did 4 zeros again, which was.
But even now, the weekly world quests are useless for mains.
Yes. Yeah. We've
all-
outgeared that
all
so
low
quickly.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think this.
But if you are like at just 480, go and do some Mythic zeros. Jump in.
Oh, great for your alts. And people are still doing all that stuff.
If you are below 493, you should be doing Mythic zeros as soon as you can, and you can just jump into a custom made group.
Now, I heard on the Starting Zone podcast that the world bosses, the Awakened area world boss, was dropping 499s, but we did it and we didn't see anyone get that. They were getting
No.
480s, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if
there was
that
no 499s coming. It was only 480, so that was incorrect information.
Might only be out in the Emerald Dream. Not sure. Mythics, though, we did zeros again to bang out
I've already
4.
said that.
Yep. Handy for crests and flight stones
Yes.
to do zeros,
Can't
but
get enough of them.
I don't know what we'll do this afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, I did do. I've got the quest. So for anyone who doesn't realise
That would be me.
the vendor that where you trade up your crests. So for whelpling crests to drake crests, which is
You've got
probably
to
what
do
we're all
earn
using.
50 flight stones or something.
You've got to
first.
do 2 quests, but
Yep.
the dude is just outside the auction house to the right on a little piece of grass there.
Yep.
In Valdrakken, and he's just sitting there and waiting. So as soon as you get to a certain point, he'll offer you a quest, and you can hand in 50 flight stones, and then there's something else, but I can't remember what it was, and then you can trade them. So I had something like 180 whelpling ones, so I've been able to trade them up for 2
Nice.
lots of drake ones, which was really good. So that's 2 upgrades.
It's always good when you
basically.
get to that stage where you're just handing them away and getting new ones for them.
Yeah. And I like to just, when it's in Valdrakken, while I'm bored or waiting for Wham, I'll just fly around getting those things, and you get 2 whelpling crests for every green bubble you fly through, so that adds up really
Well,
quickly.
now you can do that for bronze in the Pandemonium too.
Can you now? Oh, yes, we
Yeah.
did see all those gold
There's
bubbles.
things to fly through.
If no one saw them on top of buildings and stuff.
Bronze bubbles.
Yep.
Yep.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about Mythics? Do you think we need to just keep doing more zeros, or you think we're ready for a key or two?
I think
I
we've
reckon
out-
we should probably start kicking into some keys
Yeah, I think so too. I think we've
and start moving it up.
If
we're
Nom
definitely
has got
capable
the
of it.
gear, I think we're ready, because our gear is now at a level where I think it can sustain that. I think when we
And
went
Nom
in
will
with
gear up
476 gear, that was no hope. But you need to have. I think your gear needs to be 493 to be able to move up, because that's what they're dropping.
Yeah.
It's a good guide for when you're ready to move to the next level.
Tis true. Golds for the 70s.
I,
A remix is not going to allow me time to do any old stuff, I don't think.
It would be I would love to get my hunter to 70, but she's going to have to wait. And really, I don't have plans to do anything other than work on my main and get my stuff, check that stuff off, and then jump onto Pandaland and play as much as I can there.
Indeed.
Alts are definitely going to fall by the wayside for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you knew alts have
Main,
and a
keep
little hourglass in
upgrading
front of your
and
name, don't they?
Mythics. And then Pandaland.
Yeah.
All about
Yeah.
the pandas.
Gotta love it.
Yep.
Who gave you a thumbs down?
I don't know. Who's giving me a
That
thumbs
was
down?
amusing.
rude.
That was on Discord, not on stream.
No, I know.
All right, any words of wisdom to leave with?
Make sure you appreciate the people that you play with, and check in if you haven't heard from them for a while.
That's what I've got here. I said if you're lucky enough to be in a good guild or have good friends like you guys to play with, make sure you appreciate them, because they're gone before
Yeah.
you're ready.
We always said we'd meet Zooey in
Hawaii. Yep.
And I'm sad that we'll never get to do that.
Yeah. All right, and thanks to Kaiy and Berat for coming and hanging out with us and talking about Zooey, etc.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Awesome.
We will make Berat have a camera next time.
Yes,
One
we
day,
will.
maybe.
One day.
One day. Prime one day. It'll be here tomorrow.
You
All
just
right,
don't want to be recognised after that parking incident at
Yeah.
the zoo.
That's true, yeah.
I'm going, that's that guy.
He's on Facebook.
He owes me some dry cleaning bills. All
Let me
right.
say that to his therapist.
Yeah, absolutely. We've come to the end of another episode of Bind on Equip.
How long?
We're looking at 40 minutes.
Jesus.
40 minutes.
Bloody long one.
Epic. Now, as I said before, now is the time to unlike if you've changed your mind. Otherwise, smash that like.
Don't remind them. Just leave it
It's
like.
only fair, Temp.
Just leave it like.
It's only fair to
Just
look
leave
after
it.
our viewers. Until next time, I'm Wembley.
Like, subscribe, and comment for traction. I'm Tempest.
I'm Berat.
I'm Kaiy. and
Wow, that worked beautifully. Half out. Bye.